we are moving towards that eternal story, the fulfillment of it. And no one is going to stop you from reaching it. But you're still moving towards that story. It is the walk and the woof. And the walk, here we have these parallel lines, lengthwise. But the woof, and we wave the story. And if perchance we are not weaving it as it must be done, you must follow the pattern. Well, then you'll just simply disengage these little things and weave it all over again, because you must bring it out just as it was told you in the beginning. Now we are told in the 78th Psalm, I will open my mouth in a parable and utter dark sayings from of old. And then he paints a word picture of the entire history of Israel. And then he comes to the end. This is the 78th Psalm. And God awoke as a man from dream. He awoke after painting the entire story, and then he chose David and named him the shepherd of Israel. But when he awoke, he put to rout all of his adversaries. When this little man, Al, whoever he is the niece's husband. If he really believed, for he wore my face, the body was his, and he wore the face. For God is a protean being and can appear in any shape. So he's entertaining my thoughts. And that body, whatever he thinks it to be now, if he entertains the thoughts that I am teaching, I will teach the transgressors thy ways. If he takes these ways and he applies them, he will see that it is not the outer world that is injuring him. And the so-called coat of hair that he wears, lined with atheism, will once more be taken off, and he will wear the real coat. So you tonight, you take the most glorious concept in the world about yourself. Start with yourself first. Take the most wonderful concept. Don't ask anyone if it's possible. I'm telling you it's possible. When I think of the fantastic things in the world that are taking place, and then when I think of what I've experienced, it puts to shame any accomplishment in the world. Not in the world of Caesar, no. I have had it. I have memories of having had such fabulous things in this world. And when I had it to saturation, I didn't grow. I had it to saturation, for my memory has returned. I walked out and left it behind me. I know what it is to have it to that abundance, to that complete saturation point. But then I didn't grow. I didn't awaken. I came back this time in an environment of extreme poverty, extreme limitation, socially, financially, in every sense of the word. In a small little thing you couldn't find, it flew very rapidly. It passed so quickly over it you wouldn't know it, because it's only 21 by 14, the little area in which I was born, stuck out in the Caribbean. 21 by 14, that's the area of the little island. Deliberately, the deep of my own being chose that, for the restriction and the limitation that I would place upon myself. And then comes the unfolding of the story of Jesus Christ within me. So I could tell it to you, tell it to anyone who would listen. And how do you know where it goes? So she goes to Santa Barbara and she tells it to one who claims and delights in feeling that he is an atheist. And so tomorrow, because he wore the head when he came to the door, he's entertaining the thought that she expressed as thoughts coming from Neville. And then she got the name. That she's seeing us now. That's something entirely different. That she would dare tell it. Regardless of consequences, she would tell it. So I say to every one of you, because you do not know that you are Jesus Christ. And you respond to a certain name. And I use an analogy. That if you were John Brown with $1 billion in the bank, and believe yourself to be, well, John Smith, and you were dying of starvation for the want of $1, but you had a certain ethical code, a nice, decent moral code, and they recognized you when you couldn't recognize them, and they asked you to sign your name here as John Brown. That's who you really are. You think you're John Smith, and you are not. He has nothing. John Brown has $1 billion. If you sign your name here, we can easily cash it, and you would have a fortune. But he has his own restrictions, his own limitations, and he couldn't sign that thing because memory is gone. He doesn't know that he's John Brown. But may I tell you, you believe that you are John Brown, Mary Smith, Nan, this, that, and the other. And I am telling you, you are Jesus Christ. But I can tell you from now to the end of time that you are Jesus Christ, and I can't persuade you that you really are until certain signs appear within you.